Hello and welcome to Sports Scene Live. I'm Jeff Porsche and we're at Brewbacher's again this week and a playoff edition. Second round of the playoffs coming in, and we got the three teams in the area that have advanced. We have an interview with Coach Guy Mistretta from Dutchtown and their victory over Terrebonne. We're going to see Darnell Lee from East Ascension. They beat Captain Shreve this week. And we're going to be joined by Robert Valdez from St. James. They got a big matchup in the second round against Sterlington. We're also going to have Pete's Picks and a lot of other stuff, and we'll be right back. You're watching Sports Scene Live.
Hebert Steel Incorporated, Gonzales and Baton Rouge, offers structural steel fabrication. Hebert Steel is a proud supporter of all high school sports in this area. Phone 644-5316 or 291-2144. Bro Welding and Industrial Supply prides themselves on same-day delivery. Customer service is our #1 priority. They deliver on time, every time. Bro Company, serving the area for over 30 years. On the web at broco.com. Two of the best companies in the concrete business have joined forces to give you a high-quality product on time. Ask for an estimate and Quality Concrete will give you the best prices and best product. Quality Concrete in Prairieville.
See Gonzales Military for a big selection of kids' camo and cold weather gear. They carry boots, camo rain gear, rubber boots, headgear, belts, and more. Gonzales Military on Burnside in Gonzales.
Bertrand's Pharmacy has been providing personal medication counseling for over 30 years. Andy and Jeannie Bertrand, registered pharmacists, honor many prescription plans. Bertrand's is open Monday through Saturday. Phone 644-5641. See Foti Financial Services for all your money needs. They have loans for any worthwhile purpose: auto, furniture, appliance, home improvement, and vacation loans. Celebrating over 50 years of service, Foti Financial Services.
Brewbacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brewbacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner, and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brewbacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Sanama Muffler and Brake has been serving the Sanama area for many years, doing exhaust work, brake, tune-ups, air conditioning, and general auto repair. Call Sanama Muffler for all of your repair needs. 644-2564. Church Funeral Services offers a compassionate, affordable funeral with the funeral held in your own home or house of worship. We are here in your time of need. Church Funeral Services, Sanama, Walker, and Baton Rouge.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist, you got it made.
Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. Jeff Porsche with you at Brewbacher's, and now we have the Dutchtown segment, and No Shave November. Guy Mistretta out here joining us for first round of playoffs, talking about that. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Excited to be here.
Yeah, and it's been a while since you've been out there on the sideline because you had all the issues with the quarantine and everything. So you weren't there for the game, but still had a big win.
Yeah, great win. Very, very proud of our guys and really the whole program. Just, proud of how everybody just focused on what's important. Yeah. We've talked about it all year. Take stock every day in the situation, who's out, who's in, and then make the best of what you got. And they did that, I think a big part of the way we do things, the way the program is built, the routine that we go through every week and how we prepare for games, the hierarchy of the coaching staff, all of that is for these type of situations.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing was all the kids had to buy into it. and they had to be focused on what was important, and that was preparing every day. And that's always an issue during Thanksgiving week, which of course is normally the quarterfinals. But this year it was first round, and then myself being out, we had 2 other coaches on the defensive side of the ball out. We had several players out. So hey, the guys that are there focus on what's important, and that's what they did. Big shout out to both coordinators.
Yeah.
Coach Mack and Coach Harrell did fabulous jobs of getting everybody ready. Coach Mack kind of took on some extra duties in my absence. Coach Harrell really had issues because he was missing 2 of his defensive coaches as well. So he had to take a bigger role on that side during the week, and then we moved up Troy Tomplay from the freshman staff to work with our DBs, and Coach Kling with the freshman staff helped us out on game night managing the sideline. So really proud of all those guys. Most importantly, of course, the players.
Yeah.
Okay, they prepared the way they needed to. They were focused throughout. I was able to watch the game, watch you guys on e-tail, and the emotion that they came out with was something that we've been working to get to. We've been lacking that somewhat during the year. So that was really good to see, and this is when you need it, playoff time, and we'll certainly need it moving forward.
Yeah, and I want to talk about like kind of your game plan and what McCready was doing out there, because you're facing Mason Smith,
Absolutely.
top prospect in the state of Louisiana, one of the best in the nation. And I know you didn't have Gallman out there, and so he's one of the guys that was going to be covering him, working with him and Reed Davis. But what was your strategy for either staying away from him or running out? And what are you going to do?
Well, first of all, let me say this. I told the coaches I was more concerned about not having our best lineman than I was about not having me. Once I saw those guys on film, and Mason Smith's a heck of a player. He's big, he's fast, he's physical. When he wants to go, he can go. But the problem with game planning against him and trying to run away or trying to double team him, they've got 2 other defensive linemen that are almost just as big, that are strong and physical. So we kind of threw that out the bag early in the week and said, you know what, we just got to get excited about the opportunity to play against a guy like that. So our Coach Mack really took the offensive line and challenged them all week, and they responded. They really played fantastic, and there was a couple times when that guy tackled Dylan and Pearson, and you couldn't even see him. He just enveloped them.
Yeah.
He's so big. But, again, I thought it was a team effort to just play our best football, and it showed.
Yeah, and I did notice when I'm covering the game, I'd heard already that he plays tall, and he's going to stand straight up and go for the guys. And then I did notice in the third quarter there was one run where Baylor Langlois comes right at him, just runs underneath him and gets a first down. And Dylan Sampson's big runs in the second quarter right up the gut in his direction as well.
Yeah, that was something that we took advantage of. He does play high, which is difficult for a high school kid that's that big, to play low. It's not a knock on him. A lot of those guys do that. He will get out of that habit quick when he moves on to the next level. There's no doubt. He's going to be a super player. There's no question about that. Our guys were able to get low on him and manage him well. I was really, really proud of our offensive line, both lines, to be honest, because I felt our defensive lines controlled the line of scrimmage as well.
Yeah, and let's talk about the defense. And they got down the field. They got the ball on your side of the field in the first half, but turnovers.
Yep.
Bunch of turnovers. Every drive in that first half ended in a turnover. Jared Dupar, I've never seen a guy have 3 fumble recoveries in one half of a game. Yeah, he had that, and that was a big thing.
Yeah, the thing about Jared, he's always around the ball. He's a hustler. He gets after it, and when you're around the football, good things happen.
Yeah.
He had those 3 fumble recoveries. He's also, I believe, had 2 pick sixes this year, which is so unusual for a defensive end.
Right.
But he, again, that's a credit to him and his work ethic and the energy that he plays with, always getting to the ball. Again, good things happen when you do that. We did give up some plays. That's something that we've done quite a bit this year.
Yeah.
We've given up some yardage, but we've been able to make big stops when we've needed to. We've been able to get off the field on third down, been able to create turnovers, and that's something that hopefully continues moving forward.
Yeah, and you got a big one next week, and it's
Yep.
a road game. You go into Destrehan, and they're a great team. They lost their first game, and now they're on a big long winning streak, and they beat Terrebonne 63-7.
Yeah.
So they got a common opponent. Both of y'all handle Terrebonne really well. What are you looking for next week?
Well, they're obviously the toughest opponent we've faced so far. So we're going to have to play our best game. But, we're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And each round gets that way. So that's just part of the deal. You want to be a great program, you got to be able to rise to the occasion. You take it as a challenge because it is, but you get excited about that. And, again, feel like if we play our best football, we'll give ourselves a chance to have success. And that's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
We're going to have to really, starting from the get-go this week, have a great week, really focus throughout. And I talked to the guys when I did get back Saturday, just about spending a little extra time this week, a little mentally, spending more time on huddle, spending more time going over the game plan, really understanding your opponent and what we need you to do, because we're going to need that.
Yeah.
They're not unbeatable. We're, if we play our best, we're going to have a chance. We're going to have a great shot to win this game, and that's what the plan is. I think the coaching staff I know is excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what kind of attitude the kids have when they show up tomorrow. 'Cause I expect a great game Friday night.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we're hoping for another home game maybe a week after that if you can pull that out.
Absolutely. Win this one, we're back at Griffin Field. So great opportunity.
All right, so Guy Mistretta, welcome back, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more Sports Scene Live in just a moment.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner, and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You've got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist, you've got it made.
You know Acadian Custom Cabinets is your one-stop source for all of your cabinet needs. Now Acadian Custom Millworks offers cabinets, doors, windows, as well as shutters. Call 622-6337. Need air conditioning or electrical work? Airworks Incorporated in Gonzales is ready to serve you. Owner Quentin Michael has 30 years experience. They service all makes and models. Airworks Incorporated. Phone 647-3023. When you need insurance, go to the trusted pros at All About Insurance for home, flood, auto, life, health, and commercial. Call Sherry or Melinda at All About Insurance, 644-4820.
Diversified Materials and Consulting is home for safety equipment and welding supplies for contractors. Stop in at 14361 Highway 44 in Gonzales or give them a call. Call Daryl or Susan Roden for all your supply needs.
Ernest Martin Incorporated is owned and operated by Bud and Sean Martin. Their 9 trucks deliver sand, clay, and limestone for residential, commercial, and industrial needs. Ernest Martin Incorporated. Since 1970, we're in it for the long haul. It's tailgating time again. When you get ready for your next tailgate party, there's only one kind of sausage you need to put on your grocery list. French Settlement Sausage. French Settlement Sausage, available in your local grocery store. Economy Brick Sales has new, used, antique, and Mexican brick. They build and install fireplaces, do stucco and exterior insulation. Call Dean Miat at Economy Brick. Dean says congratulations to the Ascension Christian Homecoming Court. Don't buy all the tools you need to get the job done. Rent what you need from General Rental. They have contractors and homeowner tools. General Rental on the Airline Highway across from the State Fairgrounds. Ratcliffe's Florist has been family owned and operated since 1945. When you need flowers for weddings, showers, graduation, prom, or whatever the occasion, call Ratcliffe's. They are a proud supporter of high school sports in Ascension Parish. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. I'm Jeff Porsche, and we're at Brewbachers again for the playoff edition and another playoff win for East Ascension. We're joined now by head coach Darnell Lee, and congratulations and thanks for coming back.
Thank you, man. Great having me.
All right, so you're playing Captain Shreve, and it's a 16-17 game, so, you know, it's a pretty evenly matched kind of game, but it's kind of like Santa Maria again, because last week you're playing Santa Maria and they jump out early, and in this game they score first.
Yeah, we turned the ball over a couple of times. I mean, it was so muddy, and we didn't get the ball changed out. One time Troy Dunn pulled it up to pass it, and the ball just fell out of his hands, just slipped out. But they did a good job, you know, on defense. They stacked the box on us and dared us to throw it. I mean, under the conditions, you know, we kept a dry ball in. After that, we were able to make a couple of plays. But yeah, they started out 7-0, and we made a couple of plays. I know Riante Jones intercepted the ball and ran it back for a touchdown, and that kind of set us off.
Yeah, and you know, it's just again, just like Santa Maria, you fall behind, defense bails you out, get a pick six, and then you got the lead, and you know, your defense, they just ball hawks now, and they're they're all over the place.
Yeah, one of the things we did prior to going into the Santa Maria game, we moved Kendrick Broussard to safety from corner, and he's an instinctive player, and so now we have him and Kel Babin roaming the backfield, and you got the guys up front getting pressure, and we've been making the most of those opportunities, and Riante caught him. You know, he tried to run a screen to the running back. He got a good jump on it, timed it out, kind of hid from the quarterback a little bit and stepped in front of it and went house with it.
Yeah, and so that kind of changed momentum in the game. That got you up ahead, and then then Troy Dunn, who you talked about the turnover, but he responded from there, and he got a couple of touchdown passes and helped you guys pull away a little bit.
He did. We're starting to utilize Xavier Jupiter's speed on the perimeter. We're taking some shots with him, and they're developing chemistry. We still have Neville Chopin out there, and we also we hit Jordan Goodlow over the top one time on the post route. So you know, Troy's starting to play with a lot of confidence. He's been a little banged up, so he's been staying in the pocket a good bit, but he's doing a good job for us. Yeah,
and talk about his kind of maturity and progression, because you know, when Cullen Wheat got hurt, you know, they're doing a 50-50. He's out there wide receiver half the time, and now he's kind of had to take over the show, and he's improved a lot down the road.
Yes. It's the same from everybody, I guess. With more reps, you develop more confidence, and you have a better understanding for what we're doing. We're running the ball more. We ran it, I think, 41 times the other night.
Yeah.
I think he was 7 of 13, something like that, or somewhere in that area. But we definitely, you know, he's playing with a lot more confidence. The running game is helping. Our offensive line is getting healthy. So Kendall and Walter are running real well. We're doing more 21 personnel with tight end and fullback in the game, and people are stacking the box, and we're getting the one-on-ones on the perimeter.
Yeah, and then having a running game like that on a night like you had, where you had the big storm coming in an hour or two before the game, and field's just a mess out there, and you got to get guys that can do some ball control and not turn the ball over, and and you did that.
That's right. We had some turnover. I think we turned it over probably 5 or 6 times. They turned it over. I think we intercepted 6 or 7 of them, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
But it was a timeliness of the turnovers, and our defense played well and gave us good field position, and we were able to get some scores in. And they actually made a run and got it back to within 1 score in the third quarter, and then we went up top again and hit home. I think that one was to Goodlow, the last one.
Yeah.
And you know, our defenses went into a feeding frenzy.
That's good, and that's good to have. And the defense is going to have to play some ball next week, because now you got Acadiana, and they're the 1 seed, and they've won state how many times? A bunch. And but that's your big opponent next week. That's going to be a tough one.
I mean, who else would you want to play? You know, I wouldn't want. I mean, it's fool's gold to draw somebody that's a lesser opponent, and you think you're rolling, and then you run into them in the semis or the quarters or whatever, and I mean, let's see now. You know, you got the number 1 seed. Our kids are excited.
Yeah.
I think our defensive box stands up well against what they do offensively. You got a 275-pound middle linebacker, and we got the boys up front. And you know, we saw them against Catholic. We got a lot of film on them.
Yeah.
And you know, film does lie. People say it doesn't. It does lie. They're very physical. They're running backs. I mean, they're going to run into that brick wall until it cracks.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to play with patience. You have to play assignment football, which is what I've been taught from day one.
Yeah.
From Jim Keaton and McNeese, Bobby Kiesler, and Kirby Brookhouse and those guys. And that's all we know, assignment football, and you play tough. I mean, you can see it the way I believe defense wins championships, and that's why you see a lot of the offensive stars from freshman year, they're on the defensive side for me.
Yep.
Because you have to have good team speed, you have to have tough and tenacious players on the defensive side.
Yeah, and you got a lot of depth there too, and then you got Jarrell Boykins, you got Riante Jones at linebacker, and you got all those big guys, and you rotate a lot of guys out there, and so they're kind of going to run to your strength a little bit.
That's
so,
right. No, they do a good job though, man. When you think they're going to pound inside, here comes that option, and they off tackle with the outside veer, and then they're pitching to somebody that's faster than most of the people you have, you know.
Yeah.
But assignment football, I mean, I love it. You know, that's the game, and honestly, that's the old EA football.
Yeah.
So we're gradually trying to get back to a smash mouth, fullback, tight end, and you know, you get games like the other night. I mean, had we been spread 100% of the time, we get out there, we dropping snaps everywhere, but we just got under center.
Right.
You know, and that's what I want to get our kids acclimated to, doing whatever it takes for us to be successful. And like I said, we're looking forward to it. We feel blessed that our seniors are guaranteed another game, and that was our main focus coming into the season.
Yeah.
So we're going to Lafayette, and you know, we're excited about it.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win against Captain Shreve, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Appreciate it.
All right, Coach Darnell Lee from East Ascension, and we'll take a break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Sports Scene Live. Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. I'm Jeff Porsche, and we're here at Brewbachers again for our playoff edition of Sports Scene Live. So it's the playoffs. That means we've got to bring St. James in. And Coach Robert Valdez, it's been a year since we talked to you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have you back.
You know, when I talk to you, it must mean something good. We must be doing something well. So glad to be back. Thank you. And like I said, just, you know, we hopefully can keep going with this week-by-week tournament.
Yeah, and, you know, last year was your year, and you wind up going all the way through, winning the state championship. And I know this season has been just crazy.
Yes.
And, I mean, you still have a great team, still got a shot.
Right.
But what's it like coaching this year for you guys? We talked to the Ascension Parish Schools, but wondering how it affects you guys out in St. James.
It's a little bit scary, to be honest with you. And it's not scary in the sense of fear. It's scary in the sense of the unknown.
Yeah.
Because you can try to do everything right. Yeah, we're doing all of the COVID protocols, the temperature checks with the login, and we did all that. We went through, you know, the basically, and it's just you just never know when the rug is going to get pulled underneath your feet. We talk about it. I joke with fellow coaches. I feel like an elephant skating on thin ice. I'm just trying to get to the other side of the lake every Friday, man. And if we can get the kickoff, then we're okay at that point.
Yeah, and you know, trying to defend your title, and you still got some great players, and you still got a shot at it. But
Right.
you know, this season compared to last year, you went through undefeated.
Right.
You got a couple of losses. I mean,
Right.
Destrehan, that's a great team. But
Right.
you know, how has this season been different? You think you got a target on your back this year?
No, most definitely. We tell the guys we're the 100. You know, we tell the guys we're the 100 when you have the success that we had last year. Also tell them that was 2019. This is 2020. It's a different team. We got some of the same guys. But right now, everybody's gunning for us. Everybody's going to give us their best game. We lost to a very good Destrehan football team who is on a roll.
Right.
And then we had our own case of contact tracing when we had a couple of guys out when we played Donaldsonville. And, you know, Donaldsonville is a great program. So when you're not fully loaded, when you play against them, they were able to beat us. And I think that game really refocused us. And it gave us a little bit more sense of you know, urgency and understand what we need to do week to week. And we've gotten better since. And right now, I think we're playing some pretty good football and just trying to keep it going week to week.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you about, because I know you come off a close game against Lutcher, then you lose to Donaldsonville,
Right.
and then since then it's been boom, boom, boom. It looks like you guys are starting to click after that. So
Yeah.
that was the wake-up call, right?
Well, you need that every once in a while. You can't get comfortable, and I think that after that, our young kids understand that. Look, we don't have time to wait for you to grow up. You have to grow up right now. And we've been it starts at practice. I have a great coach staff, and our practices has been a lot more focused and intense. We've been preparing better, getting to the games. The Lutcher game, really, whenever we play Lutcher, it just takes so much out you. It takes so much out you. It's hard to continue that week to week because there's so much emotions and all that. So usually what I've noticed since I've been there now is that week after it's a little bit of an emotional, roller coaster letdown. But like I said, right now, we're just ready and priming ourselves. We have a very, very big. I think the parish of St. James is going to be on center stage this week.
Yep.
Lutcher's playing Jennings at home, which is number 1, and we're playing Sterlington. Sterlington has won a couple of state championships as of late, and they're a very great storied program. So we're going to have some really good football this weekend down in our parish.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. You coming up with Sterlington, and that's a second-round matchup. That should be a semifinal matchup. I mean, they go to the Dome, you go to the Dome. You're the defending champion. They won it a couple of years ago, and it's a second-round matchup. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but it's 2020.
2020 doesn't make a lot of sense. I watched the Tyson Roy Jones fight, so just let you know what 2020 is. So, you know what? And we tell the kids, once you get into the playoffs, it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing. And at that point in time, it really doesn't matter who you play. You just got to be able to play big boy football. And this is going to be big boy football. They have a lot of tradition, storied program. They are methodical with their run game and the offense that they run to keep your offense off the field. And like I said, their defense is very, very stingy. But right now, I think that we're hitting our stride, and I think that we're playing some real good football. So it's two Starks in comparison, like I like to call it.
Yeah.
But they get a chance to come down to beautiful downtown Brasher. It's almost like the Vegas Strip of the South. So we'll see if that home field advantage plays a big role into that game.
Yeah, and I wish you luck, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see you again down the road, and that you're still alive in the playoffs.
Oh man, look, like I said, hopefully, we just take it week to week, and it's a little bit weird. I think that this week you would normally be preparing for state semis, but we're in the second round, so just feels a little bit, uncharted territory, but we'll be fine, and just got to come on and play.
All right, so Coach Robert Valdez from St. James, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be back with more Sports Scene Live in just a moment.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner, and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste the great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist, you got it made.
Spectrum Fitness invites you in for a free fitness evaluation. Their personal fitness programs are second to none. See how the expert staff at Spectrum can help you get healthy and feel great. Spectrum Fitness and Medical Wellness Center, Denham Springs, 667-6789.
A&M Heating and Air Conditioning has been locally owned and operated by Tony Arsenault since 1988. They have an honest reputation based on sound advice and great service. Call A&M Heating and Air Conditioning today for all of your service needs. Ascension Body Shop is a name you can trust for all your body and paint work. They are ICAR certified specialists with over 25 years experience. 2645 Hodgson Road, Gonzales. Ascension Granite and Marble offers fabrication and installation of natural stone and quartz slabs. For stone and countertop installation in your home, call Evan Gonzales at 225-644-2231. Like personal service when having your collision work done on your vehicle? Take it to Mark's Body Shop on Pertree Road in Sanama. Mark says they care about your finished product. Their goal is to make you and your car happy. Mark's Body Shop. Planning to update your home this year? Roussel staff can help with the ideas and the perfect mix to bring these ideas together. Pull it all together for a look and feel that makes your home livable and comfortable. If you've been in an accident, Guillory's Collision Center will assist you to obtain a rental car with your insurance company and cut through all the red tape. They're honest people that care about your total satisfaction. Call Guillory's today.
Bailey's is world famous for its andouille. Try their sausage, hoghead cheese, boudin, tasso, and smoked chickens. Look for the Sausage Man on Airline Highway LaPlace or visit Bailey'sAndouille.com.
Ascension Notary Services offers license plates without the wait. See Rhonda and staff for full-service notary and auto title transfers. Ascension Notary. Phone 647-1514. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live. Jeff Porsche at Brewbachers and Pete's Picks. Peter Pasqua, you're 36-18 overall, 66%, 6-3 last week.
You know, in the past, I like to get up to 80%, but in a year like 2020, I'm happy being 2 out of 3. So
yeah, because you never know who's playing and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. All
right, so let's get to Dutchtown in the playoffs, and they're going to go to Destrehan.
Dutchtown's coming off a big 29-0 victory over Terrebonne in the first round. Dylan Sampson this past week, it was the Dylan Sampson show. He showed out for sure. 251 yards and 4 touchdowns on 18 attempts. Now he's got 1,200 yards on the season and 17 total touchdowns. Baylor Langlaw had 79 yards rushing and on 16 attempts. And Pearson Power, the sophomore quarterback, it's amazing. The sophomore quarterback winning playoff games like this. He's the straw that stirs the drink, and I bet you can cook a mean jambalaya too. But he really sees everything out there.
Yep.
So I like Coach Mistretta in this game. It's tough, Destrehan. Destrehan's 8-1. They coming out of 7-5A last year. They were 11-4. They lost to Acadiana in the Dome 8-3. Along the way, they beat Ponchatoula, Covington, West Monroe, and Houghton. This past week, they beat Ouachita 35-14 in the first round. So, on Dutchtown's offense as well, they got Caleb Ickes at tight end and Peyton Cooper at wide receiver, and then Matthew Galtman, Hayden Holmes, and William DeLone, too. He's another lineman. Defensively this past week, Dutchtown really stepped up. They only gave up 92 total yards and had 4 turnovers. Jared Dupois had 3 fumble recoveries. You got Chris Washington at linebacker, Tanner Vadney and London Graves. And then I think they playing Dixon Ague at linebacker, too.
Yeah.
And then Justin Ague is a defensive back, Jordan Jackson, Colin Dupree, Alvin Lewis had an interception, and Gaddison Rhodes on the defensive line. This is a familiar game for Dutchtown and Destrehan. They were in the same district. Back in 2008, I went down there and saw that. It was for the district championship. And then in 2005, they met in the playoffs as well. Destrehan got a new coach this year, Marcus Scott, and they got Jai Eugene Jr. at quarterback. He's a sophomore. He may be the top recruit in the 2023 class, and Razon Keller is a running back. Destrehan's a powerhouse. They've been there a long time. But I'm picking Dutchtown to go on the road and get the victory. I think Dylan Sampson's going to show out again. And Dutchtown's a tough blue-collar team. I like them in this matchup against Destrehan on the road, down the river.
All right, now EA, and they got the 1 seed. They're going to Acadiana out in Lafayette.
Well, EA won 28-14 over Captain Shreve in the first round. They 5-3 on the year. Acadiana's coming off a 44-7 victory over Covington. They're the top seed, and they're the defending state champion. They were 15-0 a year ago. They beat Destrehan 8-3 in the Dome. They're coming out of 3-5-8. They beat Benton, Walker, Airline, and Zachary last year on the way. This past week for Coach Lee, Troy Dunn had 154 yards and 2 touchdowns, a 60-yard touchdown to Xavier Jupiter. Walter Samuel had 76 yards on 10 carries. Kendall Washington had a 3-yard touchdown run. Jordan Goodlow had a 35-yard touchdown reception. They got Chopin and Mac at tight end. On offensive line, I got Gavin Saulnier is a center. And I'm tired of hearing about EA's size and them not being mean. I want EA to be mean this week against Acadiana, the offensive line. They need to be mean.
Yeah.
So defensively, East Ascension has lived and died by the defense all year long. This past week, they had 7 turnovers, 5 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries. Jarrell Boykins had a sack early on. He's a big-time recruit, and you got Martez Scott and Ashton Milton on the defensive line. And then Riante Jones, the Mike linebacker, had a 33-yard touchdown return off an interception. The whole linebacking core, Brent Ragusa, and the outside linebackers, Marcellus Taylor and Brennan Thompson. And Cale Babbitt had an interception, and Kendrick Broussard had a pair of interceptions, and he got Justin Walker at the cornerback, and Blake Thompson's little brother, Brennan Thompson, is the other corner. So Acadiana, they run the veer attack. EA had experienced that in 2017 with option deal with Live Oak in the playoffs, and if they had won that game, which they were the favorite in, they would have started Acadiana. So it's bound to happen sooner or later that they get to see Acadiana. I like them facing them in the second round. Their big-time recruit is cornerback LaTerrence Welsh. Their system, that's hard to beat. You know, they won a lot of championships in 5A. I'm picking EA because of their defense. Go on the road, Acadiana and Scott, and win this game.
All right, going out on a limb.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Santa Maria real quick though. They lost 24-14. They were the 29 seed, and Ponchatoula was the 4 seed. They put up a real good fight. Cole Poirier had a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown, and Justin Starks had 133 yards receiving and a touchdown. They actually took the lead 14-13 in the fourth quarter, and the defense did a real good job against an explosive team like Ponchatoula and Jacoby Matthews. So I just want to give a shout out on a good season for Santa Maria.
Yeah, they had a great year. And we're going to go now to St. James. We just had Coach Valdez out here a little bit earlier, and Sterlington's coming down to town.
So this was a matchup they might have thought would happen last year. Sterlington a year ago was 12-1 and the number 2 seed, and they got upset by Jennings 39-38 in the quarterfinals. And now Jennings is the number 1 seed this season. They coming out of 2-3A. They 5-2. St. James was a state champion last year. Beat Jennings in the Dome. They 7-2 in the season, coming out of 9-3, and they beat Abbeville last week 43-10. Sterlington beat West Feliciana 59-27. So Coach Valdez had 427 yards of total offense this past week, 247 on the ground. Daniel Jupiter had 157 yards and 2 touchdowns. Markel Walker had 89 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Caden Williams had a 40-yard receiving touchdown from Markel Bergeron, who had 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's got 1,200 yards passing on the season and 15 touchdowns. This past week, he had an 80-yarder to Shash Preston, the big-time recruit. He had 5 catches for 127 yards, and he's got 800 yards and 8 touchdowns on the season. Alec Mailer had a 30-yard field goal, and on defense, they got Shavion Jones on the defensive line. It's a commit to LSU, and then Caleb Brown, a linebacker, Ja'Cory Esther, and Joe Cooper in the defensive backfield. I like St. James to win, and I'm going to pick them to win. All
right, now Donaldsonville, they won their first-round game. Now they're going to take on Madison Prep.
Well, Donaldsonville's coming off a 46-0 victory. They got. I said last week that they did. I felt they were going to win because they got knocked out in the first round when the favorite. Well, they got it done 46-0 this past week. Madison Prep beat Bogalusa 46-8. They're the number 9 seed, so it's an 8-9 matchup. Last year, Madison Prep had a good season. They were 11-2 as the 4 seed, beat Northwestern and Booker T before losing to Union. But Donaldsonville this past week, Raylan Johnson for Coach Richardson had 246 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's got 1,100 on the year and 11 touchdowns. The junior quarterback, 3-year starter Trevion Brown, had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown, a 16-yard completion to Jamarcus Miller. Robert Kent, the freshman linebacker, had a rushing touchdown, and Demir Robinson had a rushing touchdown. They got Josh Akaye and Randall Otis. For Madison Prep, they got a quarterback called Zion Chris, who's got over 1,000 yards and 16 touchdowns on the year. And they got a cornerback called Tyrell Robbie. He's number 22 in the state. But I hope Donaldsonville wins, and I'm picking them to win to make run in the quarterfinals.
All right, now Lutcher, they also in that 3A playoffs, and they're going to play the team you talked about a while ago, Jennings, the 1 seed.
Well, it looks like Jennings is going to have to go through all of 9-3A to get back to the Dome this year. Whether if they get past Lutcher, then they got Donaldsonville, and then they got St. James. So hopefully somebody knocks them out. But Jennings this year is 7-0 from 4-3A. Last year they were 5-5 going into the playoffs and made it to the Dome. Finished 9-6. They beat Carroll, Church Point, Sterlington, and McDonough 35. This past week they beat Erath 49-20. So Lutcher had a big win, 54-13 over Grant, and they 5-3 on the year after finish 5-6 last year, losing in the first round. Coach Jenkins, Dwayne Winfield had 6 total touchdowns this past week at quarterback, 323 yards rushing on 5 touchdowns. Whew. He had a 26-yard passing touchdown, and Noah Detillier, he's got 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns on a season rushing. And then you got Rashawn Storks. He had 160 yards and 4 touchdowns this past week. He's got 1,300 on the season and 20 touchdowns on the year. You got Sam Scott at wide receiver, Samaji Scott on the offensive line, and you got Carter Poche and Copeland Williams, and they got the big duty of bringing down Travis Etienne, the number 2 all-purpose back in the country. Travis Etienne's little brother, Trevor Etienne. Travis Etienne's little brother, who was at Clemson. So I had heard that last year in the Dome they said he was going to go to LSU, but I think that was before LSU beat Clemson. So I don't know. He's a big time back, and he's the one that got him there last year as a sophomore. But I want to see Lutcher win, and it's a big task for him. But it's going to be a running game. Lutcher can run the football. They done changed their system from a passing team to a running team, and they got a quarterback and a running back that can run the ball. So I'm picking Lutcher to win.
All right. And now we're going to move on to some other games. You got East Iberville, and they're playing Slaughter Community Charter.
Well, East Iberville's coming out of 7-1A. That's the same district as Ascension Catholic, and they went in a dogfight this past week on Saturday at dusk against Cedar Creek. They lost 22-21. It was Coach Sayer. It reminded me of when he was at Dutchtown, a 28-26 loss he had in the second round of the board when he had all his players like Eddie Lacy, Kelvin York, Landon Collins, Eric Reed. They were all on that team, Ephraim Reed. But Kai Prian scored a 4-yard touchdown with 21 seconds left. He had 131 yards on the game, but he was stopped on the 2-point conversion. It mirrored that game so much.
Yep.
Bryce Leonard had a 5-yard touchdown at quarterback, and then Matthew LaFleur had a 34-yard return on a fumble to give him momentum and get back in the game in the fourth quarter. Jacob Dunn had a 33-yard field goal, but Bryson Fields had 230 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he may have been the difference in that game. But Ascension Catholic, they got both Prian and his little brother, Adrian Prian, and Bryce Leonard, and his twin brother, Brooks Leonard, both coming back next year. So they'll be okay, and I wish them the best next season. But with Slaughter and East Iberville, East Iberville had the bye last week. They finished, they were 5-1 this season. They were 8-3 a year ago, and lost in the quarterfinals to White Castle 14-0. Slaughter is 3-4 this year. They were 2-7 a year ago and lost to Homer in the first round. They beat Northwood Lena 14-8 to open the playoffs. They got a bunch of common opponents. Both of them played Varnado, Ascension Catholic, Central Private, and White Castle. East Iberville's the number 2 seed. They got for Coach Justin Joseph, they got quarterback Roderick Valentine and running back Christopher Boudreau. They're the number 2 seed. I'm picking East Iberville in this game.
Okay, now White Castle, and they're going to be playing LaSalle.
White Castle had a bye. 2 out of 7 1A. They finished 4-3 this past season. Last year they were 9-4, made it up to the Dome. Lost to Oak Grove 55-12. On the way they beat Oberlin, East Iberville, and Delta Charter. LaSalle just won a game against Delta Charter 32-6 in the first round. They finished 6-6 last season. They beat Arcadia 28-14 in the first round. And West St. John, they lost 44-0. So they were 2-5 this season. That's not a good record. So I'm picking White Castle to win this game. Coach Mark Brown, they got Taj Favorite at quarterback and Marcus Williams at running back.
All right, now Rummel and Catholic, that's a big one.
Okay, so Catholic didn't play. Neither one of these, both had a bye last week. But they met in the Dome last year. Excuse me, they met at Tulane last year for the state championship, and Rummel won 14-10. Catholic finished the season. They were 10-0 during the regular season, and they finished the year 12-1. They beat St. Paul's and John Curtis on the way to the state championship game. This season, they 6-2 out of 5-5A. Rummel last season was 13-0. They beat St. Aug, Brother Martin, and then Catholic in the state championship. They 6-1 this season. Their only losses to Brother Martin, 26-23. They beat Holy Cross, St. Aug, and Curtis and Jesuit. Catholics done made up a bunch of games that they had to make up, and they beat Ruston. They beat Acadiana. They beat Woodlawn 34-27. The 2 losses are the Core and St. Thomas More. Coach Fertitta got Corey Singleton, got 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. Landon O'Connor got 500 yards passing. Trey Benson's got 250 yards receiving. And George Hart's got 10 total touchdowns. For Rummel, they got the number 10 recruit at running back in the state, Logan Diggs. He's got 650 yards and 7 touchdowns. And they got a quarterback called Kyle Wickersham. That's a familiar name. LSU quarterback.
Jeff Wickersham.
Yeah. And he's got 1,250 yards on the season and 17 touchdowns. I got an outside linebacker named Kobe Fields. He's a Memphis commit. But I'm not picking Catholic High this week. I'm picking Rummel.
All right. And that's the one game in the area you're going against, but we'll see how you do.
Hebert Steel Incorporated, Gonzales and Baton Rouge, offers structural steel fabrication. Hebert Steel is a proud supporter of all high school sports in this area. Phone 644-5316 or 291-2144. Bro Welding and Industrial Supply prides themselves on same-day delivery. Customer service is our #1 priority. They deliver on time, every time. Bro Company, serving the area for over 30 years, on the web at broco.com. 2 of the best companies in the concrete business have joined forces to give you a high-quality product on time. Ask for an estimate, and Quality Concrete will give you the best prices and best product. Quality Concrete in Prairieville.
See Gonzales Military for a big selection of kids' camo and cold weather gear. They carry boots, camo rain gear, rubber boots, headgear, belts, and more. Gonzales Military on Burnside in Gonzales.
Bertrand's Pharmacy has been providing personal medication counseling for over 30 years. Andy and Jeannie Bertrand, registered pharmacists, honor many prescription plans. Bertrand's is open Monday through Saturday. Phone 644-5641. See Foti Financial Services for all your money needs. They have loans for any worthwhile purpose: auto, furniture, appliance, home improvement, and vacation loans. Celebrating over 50 years of service, Foti Financial Services.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads, with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner, and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste a great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Sanama Muffler and Brake has been serving the Sanama area for many years, doing exhaust work, brake, tune-ups, air conditioning, and general auto repair. Call Sanama Muffler for all of your repair needs. 644-2564. Church Funeral Services offers a compassionate, affordable funeral, with the funeral held in your own home or house of worship. We are here in your time of need. Church Funeral Services, Sanama, Walker, and Baton Rouge.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's interior and hardware specialists, you've got it made.
Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882.
Now, oh boy, Alabama at LSU. Oh boy.
Okay, so
Here we
I
go.
already picked this game. They were scheduled to play earlier in the year, and it got postponed. So now they're gonna play it now. So I'm picking Alabama to win this game again for the second time.
You got to.
And LSU's coming off a 20-7 loss to Texas A&M. They 3-4 in the season. They were 15-0 a year ago. Our number one team, they beat Georgia in the SEC Championship, Oklahoma in the Peach Bowl, and Clemson. Alabama last year was 11-2. This was a great game last year, 46-41. They 8-0 this season. They finished number 8 last year. They've been ranked number 1 pretty much the whole season. They're coming off a 42-13 victory over Auburn in the Iron Bowl. This past week for Coach Orgeron, T.J. Finley was 9-25 for 118 yards and 2 interceptions. Max Johnson was 14-22 for 113 yards and 1 touchdown. Davis Price had 11 carries for 18 yards.
Yeah.
John Emery had 4 carries for 13 yards. And then Terrace Marshall had 10 catches for 134 yards and a touchdown. I don't know what to say about LSU's defense, but Alabama this year, Mac Jones in the Iron Bowl was 18-26 for 302 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's got 2,700 on the year. 23 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Najee Harris had 11 carries for 96 yards and a touchdown last week. He's got 900 yards and 17 touchdowns on the year. Devontae Smith from A-Meat had 7 catches for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns against Auburn. He's got 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns on the season. And then John Mechie had 2 receiving touchdowns this past week. He's got 600 yards on the season and 6 touchdowns. And then you got, leading them on defense, you got 2 linebackers, Christian Harris and Dylan Moses, 2 linebackers from Baton Rouge. Christian Harris got 57 tackles and Dylan Moses got 56 tackles. They both went to U-High and Dylan Moses wound up transferring to IMG at the end. But Alabama's been the tough team, man. They tough. Like they number 1. I'm picking Alabama.
Of course you are. You got to. And now you got to go with the Saints and change that hat. And they're going to get a rematch with the Falcons they won last week.
I don't think it makes a difference that the Falcons had seen Taysom Hill already. The Falcons, I think they got the win today.
Yeah,
But
they
played without Todd Gurley and Julio Jones, so that's going to be big. But so I'm picking the Saints to win. Right now the Saints are in play. They're on a 7-game winning streak at 8-2. The Falcons started the season 0-5, and then now they 4-7. So Taysom Hill was 18-23 last week for 233 yards, and then he had 49 yards and 2 touchdowns on 10 carries. And Alvin Kamara is the MVP of the league. He's got 531 yards and 8 touchdowns rushing, and then 648 yards receiving and 67 receptions and 4 touchdowns. He really needs to be considered for that. That goes a lot of times to the quarterback, but I mean, what he means to the Saints is incredible. Latavius Murray has got 427 yards on the season and 1 touchdown. Michael Thomas had 9 catches last week for 104 yards. He's got 30 on the season, 199 yards. He hadn't gotten the end zone yet, but Sanders Smith, Emmanuel Sanders, Traquan Smith, and Cook. Defensively, Demario Davis got 66 total tackles. Malcolm Jenkins got at safety. He's got 54 total tackles. And Trey Hendrickson's got 9.5 sacks. Cam Jordan's got 5.5, and Amanyata got 5. And Marcus Williams is leading them with 3 interceptions. So I like the Saints to win. And see if y'all can go check out Sports Scene. It's on the shelves here at Brewbackers. And it's online at www.lasportscene.net. And that's all, folks.
All right. Thanks a lot, Pete. And we'll take a break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Sports Scene Live. All right. Do an open and close.
Brubacher's Grill at 909 East Ascension Street in Gonzales, where good food and good friends come together. Offering a casual, fun atmosphere with a menu selection to satisfy the whole family. From pizzas, burgers, and po' boys to steaks, seafood, and salads with daily lunch specials and a whole lot more. Bring the whole family or meet friends on the deck. There's fun and entertainment for all. Make Brubacher's your next stop for lunch or dinner and check out the other 5 locations in Baton Rouge. Taste a great tradition at Brubacher's Grill, where some things only get better.
Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marchand's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marchand's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marchand's Interior and Hardware Specialist, you got it made.
You know Acadian Custom Cabinets is your one-stop source for all of your cabinet needs. Now Acadian Custom Millworks offers cabinets, doors, windows, as well as shutters. Call 622-6337. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882. Need air conditioning or electrical work? Airworks Incorporated in Gonzales is ready to serve you. Owner Quentin Michael has 30 years experience. They service all makes and models. Airworks Incorporated. Phone 647-3023. When you need insurance, go to the trusted pros at All About Insurance for home, flood, auto, life, health, and commercial. Call Sherry or Melinda at All About Insurance, 644-4820.
Diversified Materials and Consulting is home for safety equipment and welding supplies for contractors. Stop in at 14361 Highway 44 in Gonzales or give them a call. Call Daryl or Susan Roden for all your supply needs.
Ernest Martin Incorporated is owned and operated by Bud and Sean Martin. Their 9 trucks deliver sand, clay, and limestone for residential, commercial, and industrial need. Ernest Martin Incorporated. Since 1970, we're in it for the long haul. It's tailgating time again. When you get ready for your next tailgate party, there's only one kind of sausage you need to put on your grocery list. French Settlement Sausage. French Settlement Sausage, available in your local grocery store.
Welcome back to Sports Scene Live, and that'll do it for our broadcast today. I'd like to thank the people at Brubacher's for giving us a place to shoot today and all their great hospitality and great food and everything they do for us out here at Sports Scene Live. I'd like to thank Guy Mistretta from Dutchtown, and I'd like to thank Darnell Lee from East Ascension and Robert Valdez from St. James for coming in and talking to us. Also thanks to Pete for his picks this week. And we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. You've been watching Sports Scene Live.